Hey guys, welcome back to Lavendaire. So if you're a true Lavendaire fan, then you know that I used to do monthly favorites and then I turned it into monthly highlights, lessons, and favorites. And then I decided to stop that series completely. And it turns out I miss sharing my favorite things. So I think every 3 months or so, I'll share my current favorites just because I think it's a good way to understand who I am. It shows a little bit more of my personality, more than I could regularly show in my typical videos. So I hope you enjoy this one. These are the things that I'm currently loving right now. My first favorite is absolutely the Fountain Tarot cards. If you watched my podcast week video, then you saw that I interviewed Biddy Tarot. So while I was doing some research on Biddy Tarot for our podcast interview, I decided to purchase my first tarot deck because I was so intrigued. And she says that you should find a deck that calls to you, that speaks to you. And I looked through a few decks, some traditional ones, some artsy ones, and just the ones that caught my eye were the Fountain Tarot, and I got them off Amazon and I've been using them almost daily for spiritual guidance and helping me get more in tune with my intuition. I guess I'll make more future videos on tarot readings and how I use tarot in my daily life, but I'll keep it at that. It's just been very insightful. It's been super fun. It's something that I look forward to doing every day, whether I do it in the morning or the evenings. So yeah, I do want to shout out the book that Bridget gifted to me. This is called Everyday Tarot. This has given me a good foundation, a good starter guide to how to use my new tarot deck. There's just a bunch of different spreads in here, like tarot for self-discovery, tarot for work, tarot for relationships, tarot for self-love. And recently I did one that was really fun. It was the New Moon Tarot spread. I think tarot is just helping me get straight to the point with the kind of guidance that I need at this moment. It helps me cut straight to my intuition, helps reveal areas of my life that I may not have been aware of before. So it's just been really fun and really helpful. Moving on, I'll share some other books that are my latest favorites. So in terms of audiobooks, the one that I really enjoyed recently was So You've Been Publicly Shamed by Jon Ronson. This one is a very interesting listen, and it's about looking at human nature, seeing how humans react when we are shamed, and seeing how in the internet age, we can act as a mob mentality. Like when someone says something slightly offensive on Twitter, then everyone will mob against them and then ruin that person's life. So it's a book about that. He follows certain people's lives and their stories and how their lives were affected after being publicly shamed. The next audiobook that I'm currently listening to is called The Art of Possibility by Benjamin Zander and Rosamund Stone Zander. So this one is a more uplifting, inspiring one, and I like that it incorporates classical music. These are life lessons told in the perspective of a music instructor. So there's a lot of metaphors regarding music, the orchestra, university students, and university life, but it all applies to everyone and it helps you open your mind to more possibilities. It's just a really fun one to listen to, kind of lighthearted and inspirational. Lastly, the book that I just started to read and I'm loving at the moment is The Artist's Journey by Steven Pressfield. This is the fourth Steven Pressfield book that I've read. I've read The War of Art, Going Pro, and I think Nobody Wants to Read Your Shit. So I've read those 3 books. This is the 4th one that I'm reading, and I always go back to Steven Pressfield because he is the just do it, motivation for artists to create and disconnect yourself from your ego, beat resistance, get to work. He's kind of the kick in the butt that I need sometimes. I just like his straightforward style. It's just really helpful for me. Next, I'll share my recent favorites in media and entertainment. So you guys know that I love IU. IU came out with a new song and music video called BB, and it is so cool. I think she's kind of the Taylor Swift of K-pop. She reminds me of that. She gives me that vibe because her song is kind of a song for the haters and a song for the media about them gossiping too much about her. And I watched the music video, which is, first of all, just beautiful. I love when music videos have deeper meanings to all the visual elements that they use. I'll link the music video as well as a couple of my favorite analyses of the video. I just love that kind of stuff when artists put such thoughts into their work that not only does it sound good, it looks good, and it also has deep meaning in like every little detail. I think that's just so cool. Another thing that I was obsessing over for a while is Meteor Garden on Netflix. I'm not sure if I've announced this on YouTube, but I definitely have to share it on my channel because I was so obsessed with it. I think like a month or 2 months ago when I was binge watching that show. It's a Chinese drama, and it's actually a story that has been recycled over and over. I think it started out as a Japanese story, and then it made into a Japanese drama, and then a Korean drama, and then a Taiwanese drama, and then now China's doing their version of it. And it's just fun. It's just like a romantic, soapy, like silly thing to watch, but I used it to practice my Chinese. I would watch the show and at the same time have my Chinese dictionary app open on my phone and Google Translate open, and I would pause and like look up words that they say, and I would learn it as I was watching. So I was very interactive while watching that show, and now that I'm done with the whole series, I'm sad and I miss practicing Chinese, but at the same time, I'm more productive. Because when I was watching that, I was totally not productive with work. But I guess it's a trade-off. And I do have some other Chinese shows added to my Netflix list, but haven't really started any of them. If you guys have recommendations for great Chinese shows, dramas, I do like romance and like cute stuff, so recommend them down below. Also gotta mention that the soundtrack for Meteor Garden has also been one of my favorites. It was on repeat the past couple months. If any of you have watched the show though, I just gotta say Hua Zelei is my favorite, and I like to root for like the guy who doesn't win. You know what I mean? I love that he's so soft and gentle and selfless. And although my boyfriend is typically like the opposite of him, my boyfriend's more like a mix between Dao Mingsi and Mei Zuo. But I think it's because I don't have like a gentle, loving boyfriend. My boyfriend's like super aggressive and to the point. But anyway, I think that's why Hua Zelei appeals to me, because he's so like soft and nice. Another show on Netflix that I just started watching yesterday, but I think is really, really good, is Netflix Explained. It's a documentary series where I think they're like 20-minute segments, so it's the perfect amount of time to like eat something and watch, because you don't want to like, you know, watch something that's too long. 20 minutes is a pretty good amount of time. The first episode I watched was The Music Explained, where they feature Toki Monster, who she is one of my biggest music inspirations. Like back in 2012, 2013, like I was listening to her music a lot. She was like the only Asian American producer that I knew, female producer too, that I knew at the time, and she was like my idol. Like she's the reason why I started watching the show, and then I started watching other episodes on Netflix Explained, and they're all pretty good. So yeah, take a look at that if you're interested in like documentaries and learning about different subjects. All right, next I'm gonna share some of my skincare favorites, and these are products that I have been using over and over again, and some of them are almost done. So I'll start with cleansers. This is my favorite oil cleanser. It's by Leaders, and it is the What Happened Last Night oil cleanser. It smells like grapefruit, which I love, and out of all the oil cleansers that I've used, this one just takes your makeup off so easily. It just works the best out of other cleansers I've tried. So I do the double cleansing method, where I go in with an oil cleanser to take off makeup and dirt, and then I go in with a second cleanser just to wash off the oil, because you can't just use oil alone. So this is the regular cleanser that I use. It is called the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser by Crave Beauty. I actually met Leah Yu. She's also a YouTuber, but she founded this skincare line, Crave Beauty, which I think is so cool. She's like a real girl boss doing her thing. So I'm proud of her, and this cleanser is super gentle, super hydrating. The first time I used it, I was almost like, is this even cleaning my face? It's so gentle, and you don't get that squeaky dry feeling afterwards. But this in conjunction with like an oil cleanser before has been a really good combo for me. Next is this essence by Neogen. This is the Real Ferment Micro Essence. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I heard of this from Michelle Phan. She talks about this on her Instagram stories as like her favorite essence. So I had to try it, and after trying it, I did notice immediately my skin was more smooth and clear, and it works better than the SK2 essence in my opinion. And part Partly I might be biased because on the Soko Glam website, they do a really good job of like having videos showing the behind the scenes of how they make this essence, why they put the ingredients they put in this, and all the science and research that goes into it. I always appreciate information on how much research and work goes into skincare products, and I feel like Koreans in K-beauty always do a really good job of that. The next skincare favorite is this cream. I can't even pronounce this word, it's so long. Madecassoside cream. You can tell that I've almost used it up, so I'm gonna repurchase this. This is a cream to protect your barrier. You have a skin barrier that normally when we use like harsh cleansers and things, it's too abrasive that it will like, you know, break the barrier. So this protects it, and this used in conjunction with the essence was so good. I remember the first time I used these two together, I was like, the next morning I was amazed at how smooth and baby soft my skin looked. So I think these two will be constant repurchases for now. Next is a little fun food favorite. This is the yuzu honey that I brought back from Japan. You can see that I've already finished a little more than half. This is so good. Like, I've been adding it to my morning teas, and the yuzu honey flavor is just perfect. I love yuzu flavor, and now I understand why my cousin bought like the bigger bottle, because she's like, you're gonna finish it in like a week. And I just couldn't bring home the big bottle because I didn't have the space in my luggage, but it's so good. And I think next time I go to Japan, I will definitely repurchase this because it's like the perfect thing to add into all my drinks. My last favorite is my new car. I got a new car. I got a Tesla Model 3, and it has been like a dream for years to have a Tesla. And I was in the market for a new car because my previous car I had since high school, so for like 11 years or so. And I was like, you know what? I can afford it. Why not do it? Get my dream car, live my dream life, YOLO. I was in that mood, and I just love it that it's like electric and it's better for the environment, but it's also stylish. I think that perfectly embodies what I try to do, like be conscious, but also be like aesthetic and stuff. So I got like white seats, white on white, and it has autopilot, which is the best feature. This is like the main reason why I wanted to get a Tesla. Number one, because it's electric. Number two, it has autopilot. So when I am stuck in traffic on the freeway, I don't have to drive. So I do admit that I was really shy about posting it or talking about it at all online, just because I'm a person that doesn't like to show off, and I don't want to feel like money is the most important thing, because it's not. Even though money can buy you nice things, and at the same time, I do like nice things sometimes. So I think a part of me was a little like scared or conflicted to share about it, but I'm like, you know what? Why not? Like, I'm proud of it. I'm just so proud of myself for being here in this stage of life now. Like, on the day of my workbook launch, when I launched like the Artist of Life workbook and the daily planner, I had to go to LA for something. So I was driving using autopilot in my new Tesla, and I just started crying because I felt so proud of myself. Like, here I am, I just launched a new shop, two new products that I'm super proud of, that I worked really hard on, and I'm driving this like futuristic high-tech Tesla car, and I just felt like I was living in the future and all my dreams were coming true, and I was having a very like emotional moment there. But I guess all in all, I'm just proud of myself, and I'm super grateful for the things that I have and the things that I'm able to do with my life now. And I do have to thank you guys for like supporting me all of these years, for sticking with Lavendaire, watching me, and it's just crazy. Life keeps moving forward, things keep moving up, and I'm just so grateful for it. Alright, so those were my current favorites, things that I have been loving lately. Let me know if you enjoy this format, because I really have fun making these videos, and I think I'll still do this every quarter or so. I also want to remind you to check out the new 2019 Artist of Life workbook and the new daily planner. The shop link is down below. And also, I'm planning to do a YouTube live stream this Friday at 3 p.m. PST, so if you are free, I would love if you could just come hang out with me. I'll go through everything that's in the Artist of Life workbook and the daily planner in detail, and I'll answer any questions that you guys may have, and we'll just hang out. So see you then with a new video on Friday, as well as my live stream at 3. Love you guys. Bye.